way that a foreign interference campaign works is not by just inventing a problem. The way that these campaigns work is by exploiting fissures that already exist. There was a showdown yesterday on Piers Morgan's show. It was between the very controversial, very, very provocateur right-wing streamer Nick Fuentes and Piers Morgan. And there's been this kind of game for a long time. No one wanted to have Fuentes on their platforms because he was saying very extreme things that people found very offensive. In most cases, rightly found very, very offensive. And so they didn't want to have him on. And then slowly, people have been having him on. So, one guy has him on, and then they say, oh, he got a lot of views. All right, the next guy has, oh, that guy got a lot of views. Then the next guy, and it becomes this very tempting thing for broadcasters to say, well, I want to get those cool views. And so they start to have him on. And Piers Morgan comes in and he said, look, people are doing softball interviews. I want to do a hardball interview. And so they have this interview, and I thought it was very, very interesting. Piers asked a lot of very good questions, and I thought Fuentes answered them very, very astutely, very shrewdly. I mean, this is a very impressive political operator. There's no question about that. Now the reaction is, it's all fake. So the New York Post has this world news exclusive based on a new report that has just come out, supposedly, that says that Fuentes' following, his apparent popularity, is an illusion. The headline is, Fuentes may be racist, but he relies on Nigeria and India to fuel his popularity online. Says the white supremacist Nick Fuentes doesn't seem to mind benefiting from bot farms in Pakistan, India, and Nigeria promoting his content, the Post has learned. This is based on a report, a study, supposedly, from the Network Contagion Research Institute, which is a nonprofit that purports to study extremism on the internet. Okay. You have some people on one side saying, Fuentes is entirely organic. It's a cri de coeur from the voice of the people. He's the voice of his generation, and it's all totally organic. Then you have some people on the other side saying, no, the Fuentes phenomenon, it's completely fake. It's astroturfed. None of it is real. These are not the droids you're looking for. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. It's just forget about it. The thing you think you're seeing is not true. Don't believe your lying eyes. I guess, as is often the case on these sorts of issues, I have the third and probably least popular view, but it's obviously the correct view, which is one, yes, of course, there is a major foreign interest in exacerbating divisions within the ruling political coalition. The ruling political coalition now, believe it or not, mirabile dictu, is on the right. The Republicans have a unified government. We have the White House, we have the House, we have the Senate, and we have the Supreme Court. And the president won the popular vote for the first time in 20 years as a Republican. So right now, the right wing, the conservative movement, the right-wing coalition is the ruling political movement for now. We'll see how long that lasts. And so obviously, forget about this moment. It is eternally true. It is perennially true, I should say, that there is a foreign interest from our adversaries in trying to create divisions within the ruling coalition. Our adversaries have been doing this for many, many decades. And we do know that a lot of stuff on social media is bot farmed and all. Yeah, sure. However, the thing that the people who say it's all an illusion, it's all fake, and you're not really seeing what you're seeing, the thing that they get wrong is they don't understand how these foreign campaigns work. Right now, go to getkickoff.com/Knowles. The holidays they're actually all about God because they're holy days. And then after that, they're about friends, they're about family. But then after that, what's it all? It's about travel costs and groceries and holiday shopping. And your wallet might be feeling the squeeze. If money stress is creeping in this holiday season, it is the perfect time to focus on your credit health because strong credit means less financial stress, not just in December, but all year long. That is where our sponsor, Kickoff, comes in. Kickoff makes building credit incredibly simple. Sign up in minutes from your phone with no credit check, no hidden fees, zero interest. Users with credit under 600 grew an average of 84 points in their first year with on-time payments. For just $1 your first month, you can start building credit immediately. You can continue with transparent plans starting at $5 a month. Set up auto pay, you'll never have to worry about missing a payment while the credit bureaus see your good behavior and your score can grow fast. With over 1 million users, hundreds of thousands of positive reviews, it's clear why Kickoff has become the #1 credit builder on the App Store. Start building credit with Kickoff today. Get your first month for as little as $1. That's 80% off the normal price when you go to getkickoff.com/Knowles today. That is Kickoff without the C. Go to KIKOFF.com/Knowles. Plus sign up at getkickoff.com/Knowles to activate offer. Offer applies to new Kickoff customers first month only, subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Average first year credit score impacted plus 84 points. Vantage score 3.0 between January 2023 and January 2024 for Kickoff credit account users who started with a score below 600, repaid on time, who had no delinquencies or collections added to the credit profile during that period. Late payments may negatively impact your credit score. Individual results may vary. The way that a foreign interference campaign works is not by just inventing a problem. It's not by just creating popularity with a magic wand. The way that these campaigns work is by exploiting fissures that already exist. That's the only way they work. Think about the most prominent example of this in the last 100 years was the Soviet Union exploiting racial divisions in the 1960s. The Soviet Union was behind a lot of so-called civil rights groups. A lot of the Black Power groups, a lot of the radical leftist groups. The Soviet Union was backing them. The reason it worked, however, is that there were those racial fissures and subsequent ideological fissures within America already. The Soviet Union might have been able to make them more pronounced, might have made them much worse, but they didn't invent them out of whole cloth. I think that's what's going on here. The people who say that this phenomenon is it's all bots, it's all just foreign ops, it's all just engagement farming. That is pure cope, man. That is head in the sand copium to make people feel better. That is not true. Likewise, the people who are saying that there's no foreign interference whatsoever, I mean, I think that's totally naive and ridiculous and contrary to everything we've seen from our adversaries in history. But let's get back to the first one. That is cope. The reason that if there is such a foreign interference op can work is because there are fissures already within the Republican Party, within the conservative coalition. Fissures on foreign policy, fissures on foreign alliances, fissures on economics, fissures especially on migration. That is all real. And there are incentives for foreign actors to try to push it in ways that are going to be deleterious to the ruling coalition. Yeah, of course. But those fissures already exist. That is what is being hashed out. People always talk about the conservative civil war. Perennially, there is a conservative civil war. So, you get 100 right-wingers in a room, they will find the one thing they all disagree on and try to kill each other over it. However, sometimes it gets hotter, sometimes it gets colder. We're in one of those hotter periods right now. That is real. If it is the case, and again, I haven't read this NCRI study. I don't know if it's legit. I don't know if it's not legit. I don't know if it's somewhat legit. If it is the case that there is a serious foreign interference op right now, that is all the more reason to take seriously that there are real fissures on the right. They have to be hashed out. This is urgent. This is urgent, especially as we get to the midterms, and most especially when we look at 2028, because of what we were talking about at the top of the show, which is that American politics for 10 years has been about one thing, 5 letters, Trump. That's what it's been about. Trump is about to exit the stage. That is also why people are taking advantage right now. The fact that Charlie Kirk was assassinated is also why people are taking advantage right now to exacerbate these divisions, to try to, in many ways, to try to undermine Trump, but to undermine this whole conservative coalition. It's jockeying for power. Okay, and that is going to be hashed out. And we can say, no, it's not real, la, 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 you can't, but give me a break. That will not redound to the benefit of the people who are ignoring it. That was a great clip. Stop. Now look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. What am I going to ask you to do? What am I? Ring the bell, please, and subscribe. All right? All right? I don't want to have to ask you again. Don't. Thank you.